So far, we've talked about nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and today we're going to talk about the adverb. And often we think about adverbs as describing the verbs in the sentence, but in fact they can serve other roles as well. In general, an adverb states how, when, where, or to what extent, for example, how much, how long, how often. Adverbs very often end in ly, but not always, as you'll see in the examples below. And let's take a look at those examples. For the first one, I'll go through and also review some of the parts of speech we've talked about already. So, our first example, the dog was barking loudly outside. Let's start by thinking about our verb phrase. Remember those? Verb phrases. So, our verb phrase in this sentence is was barking. And was, of course, is our helping verb. Barking is our action verb. So this is our verb phrase, as you know. Right? So that adverb describes that verb, barking. Right? It tells us I suppose how, or to a certain extent to what extent. And there it is, loudly, right? It's describing that barking. How is that dog barking? He's barking loudly. It's also, we also have another adverb in this sentence, and this is outside, right? And that outside is giving us information about the where. But the dog was barking where? Outside. Right, so this is our adverb. Two adverbs in our sentence. Of course, dog is our noun, and our adjective or definite article. In our next sentence, we baked a cake today. And today is our adverb. It's telling us, right, when. So if we're thinking about adverbs as words that often, but not always, ending in ly, this should help you to quickly identify the adverb in our next sentence, which of course is quickly. Right? There it is, that ly. We, first person pronoun, plural. We have our action verb, and it's describing that action verb. We ran quickly to the car. In our next sentence, we have this word never. And it's not in an example, but when you see that word not, right, that also is working always as an adverb. So never in this sentence is our adverb, and it's describing cries. The child never cries. Now, adverbs, besides describing the verbs in a sentence, they can sometimes also describe an adjective, or can also modify an adjective. Right, so I have two examples for you. Quite exciting. So, again, we'll identify some of the other words, the parts of speech with the other words in the sentence. All right. Now, if you're thinking about ly, right, you should quickly see the adverb in this sentence. Okay. It was a fiercely competitive match. Right? Now, match is our noun. And competitive is an adjective describing that noun. Now, fiercely is giving us information about that adjective, competitive. It's describing that adjective specifically, which in turn is describing that noun. Right? So this is our adverb. We'll see something similar in our next example sentence. The exceptionally gifted child won the chess tournament. Let's think about our noun phrase. I'm going to bracket it. We're going to call this our noun phrase. The noun phrase is the noun plus all the words we can associate with that noun. In this case, of course, you've seen it already, child is the noun. Right? And all those words that come before it go along with it. So thus, we have our noun phrase. And again, if we're thinking about adverbs specifically, and that they often end in ly, we can quickly see where our adverb is. Right? Exceptionally. What an exceptional example of an adverb. Okay, exceptionally ends in ly. And what is exceptionally describing? It's describing this adjective gifted, which in turn is describing our noun child. Remember, the is working as an adjective as well, describing child.